Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this video by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash, the honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, and Shalom to the Lord's elect, beginning with the 144,000. This is Aratazah from the great millstone GMS Atlanta camp once again. All right, back with another video, and I just wanted to just speak a few words on this story, recent news dealing with the government shutdown, and how the government shutdown has led to a lot of different departments in the government, and certain funding not going out, and people are being furloughed from their positions and things of that nature. Different areas being affected, and the latest one is this one dealing with the food stamps or the SNAP benefits, which I think sometime after the I think it's November 1st. If they don't, Congress or whatever, if they don't come to a particular deal, or if they don't, vote on a bill, people could lose their, SNAP benefits, where they're not going to be able to receive food stamps, which I think they said are over, 40 million something so-called Americans depend on food stamps. So, that's why I have the title of the video I believe I have up there is, the worst is yet to come, because it's only going to get worse. It's just a prelude to how Trump, his administration, and the government is applying it, or that the squeeze is being applied, and you're not going to be able to receive these benefits. All right, things are going to get a lot more tighter, and these people are basically anxious. So and really, it all leads back to the prophecies. As I've watched a couple videos prior to this one, where brothers are going into how it's all prophesied in the scriptures, and we warn these people that when Trump gets in there, or whoever, whether it was Kamala Harris, or whether she would have won the election, this place is prophesied to go down. So it's going to get a lot worse, where they're going to start cutting a lot of these benefits off. Right, so I just did a little bit of searching around. This is an article from a website called New Republic, and it says, thanks to Trump's shutdown, food stamps funding is about to run out. And it says Republicans have just days to reopen the government before the crucial program is forced to halt. Right, you see Nero 47 there. All right, and I just read a little bit, and I got like a little video I want to play as well. It says President Donald Trump's administration is moving to suspend all supplemental nutrition assistance program, which is SNAP, benefits for roughly 42 million Americans amid the ongoing government shutdown, and he may not bring them back. See that? So yeah, so the programs they might be banished forever, and hearing that, or if that happens, what does that do to the people? That gets them antsy, that gets them riled up. You may see more riots that could lead to uprisings. Because we always say, man, when you play with a person's ability to eat, when a person's food is being tampered with, or being messed with, for lack of a better word, people lose it, man. All right, your next door neighbor, Mr. Jenkins, okay, the nicest guy you ever meet, known for decades. The nicest guy you ever encountered, but as soon as the food run out, Mr. Jenkins is gonna turn to a goddamn he's gonna turn to a beast. All because why? He has to feed himself. So again, when you tamper with a person's ability to feed themselves and their family, and people solely depend on the food stamps and the SNAP program, and you're taking that away, it could definitely lead to all out hell breaking loose, man. So So yeah, I mean that's the article. I mean you can check it out, read the rest for yourself. I want to play this little quick little video. Pretty much says the same thing. It's from Wish TV, and they got a whole playlist here of different news outlets that's you know covering the story. But we'll just play this one.
Of the government shutdown, and if it continues, it could impact thousands of Hoosiers on SNAP benefits. News's Kat Sandoval has more on the impact of this government shutdown on vulnerable families.
In my hand is a letter from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to SNAP agencies around the country. It says, should this current lapse continue, there will be insufficient funds to pay full November SNAP benefits. More than 600,000 Hoosiers, or 9% of the state population, risk losing their food stamps next month. Gleaners Food Bank calls it devastating.
Real Hoosiers are going to be in real pain because of this really unnecessary shutdown of government services that we're suffering through right now.
I reached out to the Family Social Services Administration, who says SNAP benefits will be legally funded until November 5th. They are currently waiting on the USDA for additional guidance. That's because SNAP is federally funded, but it's up to the states to administer the benefits.
It's essentially telling state administrators what to prepare for. And at the moment, it's hang on a minute. You know, they're assessing what's going to happen.
Feeding Indiana's Hungry says they have food banks available should anyone need it. Gleaners Food Banks has seen firsthand how the government shutdown impacts vulnerable Indiana families. Their CEO says since the shutdown, 250 Indianapolis TSA agents have requested food aid.
These are people who are generally well paid, who probably never even thought.
All right, so that's specifically in Indiana. So yeah, you see that these people people are being affected by this. All right.
The government shutdown is about to enter its 21st day after yet another failed vote in the Senate. Tomorrow marks 3 weeks since it began. Now, the shutdown could soon impact critical programs. The U.S. Department of Agriculture issued letters notifying state directors that it would pause all November benefits. The department warns there is not enough money to support the program. With lawmakers in a stalemate, there's no word on when those benefits would resume if no agreement is reached. Feeding Tampa Bay is already serving many people impacted by the shutdown and are a resource for those who may not receive help from SNAP in the coming weeks. I did look into how many people this would impact right here in Florida. According to USDA data from 2022, more than 2.7 million Floridians received SNAP benefits. The average monthly benefit was $153 per person.
Same news conference, the governor talking about how the current shutdown is now impacting the.
Yeah, so that's in the Florida, Tampa area. So yeah, these people being hit up, man. But we warned and told the people that you know, basically the worst is yet to come. It's gonna get worse. All right. So this is just a couple videos I want to play. Like I said, YouTube they compiled it into like a playlist, and yeah, it's getting hot, man. Just want to bring out a couple of scriptures that came to mind. All right, it's Isaiah 32 and 9, because one thing we also see is you see these black women, yeah, women in general, but in particular women of our nation, in particular the so-called Negro woman. You see them all on social media, wailing and crying and complaining about the food stamps, because they're like at the forefront of that, or they're almost like the face of food stamps, and she's basically catching hell, man, right? But this is also a prophecy that the Lord's going to start taking away a lot of these niceties and dainties and certain trinkets and resources that you reap from the government. The Lord is chopping that down. He's starting to feel that squeeze. All right, so this is Isaiah 32:9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease." Excuse me. It says, "Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come." See that? Yeah, the Lord is starting to basically starting to put his hand towards you, and you're not able to just live in this life of comfort and luxury that you've been able to live here in America. Babylon the Great, Eve and the serpent being a damn Legion of Doom, the tag team. The Most High is breaking that up, and now you're starting to catch hell. All right, verse 11, it says, "Tremble, you women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." Meaning, right, being in a state of mourning. The Lord's taking away that mirth from the land in general. All right, which we'll get that in Isaiah 24. It says, the point I wanted to get is in verse 12. It says, "They shall lament Yep, this is they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, the fruitful vine. That's going into them SNAP benefits. You're going to teats. It goes back to breast, which is the milk or the resources. It says they shall lament for the teats, right? That's part of it, man. These SNAP benefits, these welfare benefits, you know, these different things. You're starting to lament for that. You see? So there you go. And this is only the very beginning stages. It's going to gradually get worse. More cutoffs, more restrictions, and things like that. You know, just as fast as America is going to go down, these women are going to go down right along with it. All right, and just wicked, proud people in general. These men too. All right. So yeah, that was the point. They shall lament for the teats. So these benefits that they've been able to reap from the government, that's what the teats is talking about, and the Lord is shutting that down. All right, this is Isaiah 24, next scripture. I really start at the top, but I want to jump to the point. I believe it was I think it was verse. I started at verse 7. All right, it's Isaiah 24:7. This is the new wine mourneth, and the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh. It says the mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth, meaning that which basically represents music. Okay, like the scriptures say in I believe that's Ecclesiastes 12, the daughter of music shall be brought low, which is really, I know we use that to say that the music is terrible. You're not gonna have the type of entertainment that you want, but really that's talking about there's not gonna be any mirth in the streets, because you play music to get in a mirthful spirit. You know, music, makes you happy, makes you want to dance, whatever. But it's not gonna be none of that going on, because it's gonna be all out hell breaking loose. So the mirth is being taken away by the Heavenly Father. All right, verse 9, it says, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Right, so you're going to try to drink and basically drink away the pain, but it ain't going to work. All right, you gotta feel the squeeze that the Most High is putting on this place, man. And this is only just the beginning. All right, and this is verse 10. It says the city of confusion is broken down, which is referring to Babylon the Great, which is what Babylon means. All right, Babylon means confusion, which is America, and the Most High is breaking it down. This is every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right, that's the main point. Right, wine could represent, of course, the philosophy, the doctrine of these scriptures. And there's another thing, the way of truth is going to be hitting very soon. The prophets are out there currently, as you see us, the apostles and elders on down, the rest of the brothers in camps, but people are not taking heed to the word going out. So that's going to, lead them when all hell breaks loose. Now they're going to start to try to seek out the prophets and the truth, but it's going to be too late. But also the wine also represents mirth. People are going to try to look for, some type of comfort or some type of outlet or some type of relief when all these things are happening, and they're not going to be able to find it. All right. And it says all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. See that? So the Lord is taking away the mirth and the comforts, which is starting with these so-called benefits, the SNAP, the food stamp, the welfare, this and that, and there's the times that we enter it, man. Verse 12, it says, and the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. The Lord's about to utterly destroy this place. By the way, from the inside out, with these different uprisings and minor quarrels and wars. He's breaking down the system, ultimately it's going to lead to all out nuclear fire that's going to utterly leave this place desolate with those missiles. Okay, and all these people that put their trust in this place and that trust in trust in the shadow of Egypt, they're gonna fall right along with it. All right, and that's good for them because we tried to warn Jake about trusting this damn devil and trusting in his system. This is Isaiah 36:6. I'll end it off with this one. It says, "Lo, Isaiah 36:6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt." Right, Egypt is America, and it's a staff, meaning it represents essentially being stable. Being not upright, but a symbol of stability, so to speak. But what is broken? It's a broken reed. Okay, and it says, "Wherein if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it." Right, so you're trusting in this place, but it's going to cause you to basically to suffer harm. And that also we use this also to correlate with the mark of the beast too. All right, because if you trust in this place and you want to continue to thrive, so-called quote unquote thrive here, it's going to require you very soon to get that chip, right? To get your hand pierced with that with that digital chip, right? The implant. It says, "So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him," right? Which the current Pharaoh is Trump. Okay, he's the cruel Lord, as Apostle Hart say, brothers say, all right? Nero 47. I believe that's in Isaiah 13. So I was set over Egypt. Is that Isaiah 13? If I'm not mistaken. Yes, I was set over Egypt, a cruel Lord. Yeah, that's Trump. All right. And what you had this big wave of Jakes that was supporting Trump. Yeah, we're gonna vote for Trump. Yeah, Trump. Now Trump is coming back to bite you in the ass, so to speak, man. But that's what you get for trusting in this place and not putting your trust in the Heavenly Father and the Son, right? Yahweh Shem Yahushua, in this truth. But so to speak a couple words on that, right? The government shutdown is still going on, and these people are starting to feel the beginning of that squeeze, man. It's going to get worse. All right, it's going to get worse, man. And we all prophesied this. Ultimately it was the scriptures that we prophesied, but we just brought it out. It's still bringing it out on a daily basis. So so with that, just wanted to speak on that real quick. Lord willing, you was edified and informed by this video, and it's on to the next one. Shalom.